fast time flies.
It did. It went by fast.
Yes.
So we are here to talk today about Hobbs polyester batting. So we're going to tell you some of the difference of the battings, the different lofts, what to use them for, some of the more of the premium line.
Right.
And so let's get started.
Okay.
Corey, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You got this.
All right. So Corey, if you want to take that up, let's talk a little bit about the 6, the 9, and the 12, this one.
Okay.
So what Corey's going to show you right now, he's going to show you what the batting looks like, and then he's going to show you what it looks like quilted out, because we actually have samples of that. Now this, again, is going to be more of your batting for kind of like your, you got it up there?
Well, it's a lot of batting. Hold on.
So this is going to be more of the batting like for your charity quilts. People use the 6 ounce. So this is a 6 ounce, which is 696. It comes on a roll, 96 wide, 30 yards. Yeah, it has 30 yards on it. And we have it available in wholesale and retail. Help me out if I stop.
No, you're doing fine. I'm
show
listening.
How it is quilted out.
So you can see it quilted out. It has a little bit. Am I in the camera?
Good,
Okay. It has a little bit of a loft to it. Not a lot. It's just it's about 1/4 of an inch in thickness. Between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 of an inch is their variance. Little puff here and there. Lays in the fabric quite nicely, but it's more for those charity quilts. It's a very cost-effective polyester batting.
Yeah, more cost. So basically, the roll of that retail is going to be $49.40. So not bad for 30 yards of that.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. All right. So the 9 ounce. The 9 ounce, as you can see, that actually is a 1/2 inch in loft. So it's a little bit thicker. That's more for your customers that are they want a little bit of that loft, and they don't really want to pay a lot for batting, but they want polyester batting. We sell a lot of 9 ounce for that. You want to show it quilted out?
I gotta make sure it's the right one.
It should be right.
Yeah.
On it.
All right. So it has a little bit. Am I in the camera? Okay.
Camera.
It has a little bit more of a puff look to it. It rises more with the stitches when you're coming in. It's like I said, it's between that, like Diana said, it's between about 1/2 an inch and 3/4 of an inch in loft to give you a little bit of a puff. Still very cost effective, but it'll give you more of a nice loft as well.
So that one comes on a 96 inch roll. It's going to be 25 yards on it, and it's 55.70.
Okay.
So in case you didn't hear that, again, it's on a roll. It's okay. 96 inches wide, 25 yards, 55.70 is the retail cost on that. Again, we do have everything we talk about today in rolls. We have available also wholesale. You can give us a call and we can give you that information. So the next one we have is the 12 ounce. Now this one's funny. This one actually, as you can see, is 3/4 of an inch to an inch loft after it gets really big and breathes for a while. So Corey's going to show you that. You want to show quilted out. What this one, it's funny. We have a lot of people that buy this 12 ounce for 2 reasons. They'll buy it to have that thicker, to have that thicker, the quilts, that puff look, they really want that stuff to stand out on there. Or, do you guys remember when we had that person buy it, and every year they buy it from Florida, and they use it for snow?
Oh yeah, they use it for snow in their front yard because it doesn't snow in Florida.
Exactly.
So they have fake snow in their yard during Christmas time.
So they put it on their front yard, or they put it on their roof, and we have people that buy the 12 ounce just for that. It's kind of funny, but they kind of spread it out and they use it for snow for their decorations. We also have a couple of our businesses that buy it to make like play mats, like foldable, portable play mats. So they want just a little bit of loft to if you're going on a picnic or you're taking the baby out, or even those little, those little things they put in grocery carts to hold their babies in. That's about the 12 ounce. That's what you would use. The next one we have is 16 ounce. What?
I never got a sample of the 16 ounce.
Okay, so we do have a 16 ounce that's in between the sizes of the 12 and 20, which we're going to show you. So we have 16 ounce, and the 16 ounce would be really good if you really wanted that really huge trapunto look. If you really want that stuff to stick out a lot.
It's a lot.
In those areas. If you want it to, they're telling me to slow down. Okay, I would try to slow down. See, I get so excited about this stuff and I just rattle off too much. So I will slow down. So the 16 ounce, again, could be, more if you want a thicker play mat. Think of anything that you just want to have a little bit of puff on to either sit on, or you can even use it for the pillow shams, which I like the 20 ounce for that too, but pillow shams to put on top, make some pillowcases. So go ahead and show the 20 ounce, show how thick that is. So that's like major thick, you guys. So that is 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches. So if you are really looking And that's how it's quilted out. And he did some tight quilting on that.
Yeah.
But if you wanted it to really be puffy, like a comforter style, you could do some really loose, like 4 inches, you know, apart, 4 to 6 inches apart quilting, and that would be extremely puffy for you.
Yeah, right over here is where more of the tight quilting was done, and then over here on the left-hand side, it's more of that puffy look that you're going to get when it all puffs into wider stitches of quilting.
So that tells you a little bit about, that's the more cost-effective polyester, not your premium polyester. Still a really good polyester. It comes in rolls. We don't have any packages of this polyester. Corey, why don't you go over the sizes and stuff again with them?
The sizes of the 6, 9, and 12?
Yeah, just the rolls they come in, how many yards are in them.
Okay, so with the 6-ounce batting, that was our thinnest loft batting that we have. Let's go in at 1/4 of an inch in loft, 30 yards, 96 inches wide. Okay,
Nothing.
Okay. The 9-ounce, which is the second one that we talked about, it's a little more lofty than the 6 ounces. You're looking at about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch in loft. That's on a 25-yard roll still, 96 inches wide. The next one after that we have is the 12-ounce, which is probably one of Diana's favorites.
Yeah.
Kind of that mid-range, cost-effective polyester. That's 96 inches wide as well. With the 12-ounce, you're getting 18 yards on the roll. Then we move into the 16-ounce. That's the one I didn't have the sample to show you. That's about 1 inch in loft, between 1 inch and about 1 inch and a quarter.
Yeah.
And that's you're getting 13 yards on that one, 96 inches wide as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then last but not least, we have the 20-ounce, which is that really, really thick one.
Is it that thick?
Is it that? Blah, blah, blah. The really thick one. There. And that's between 1 1/4 and 1 1/2 inches in loft.
Mm-hmm.
And you're only getting 10 yards on that one, but it's a very lofty batting.
Yeah.
So you can use it for a bunch of different things just besides quilting.
Oh yeah, you can come up with anything that you want to think of that you want some cushion in.
Mm-hmm.
Any cushion.
Well, I mean, cushion.
I don't know.
Goodbye. Like the 20-ounce, for instance, I bought pillowcases off an online website where they're like $1
Mm-hmm.
a pillowcase, and I had some really cute sayings on them. And I bought a thing of the 20-ounce poly, and I just ripped it apart and used it for stuffing.
Oh yeah.
Because it's cost effective and it's really, really lofty, so I'm getting a lot in there to throw into that pillowcase.
Yeah, you can do just imagination. Imagine what you can do with it. So we have all those available for you. They're all available in the rolls, and we have all the pricing online. Again, we have it retail and wholesale. So longarmsupplies.net. We want to say hi to everyone. We have all these people joining us. We're so excited to have you guys on. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and go on to Poly Down.
Okay.
Pops Poly Down. So we have some Pops Poly Down. That is a bonded polyester batting. It's you want to take that one up?
Yeah.
This one's going to be more kind of like the 9-ounce when it comes to thickness. It's going to be a 1/2 inch loft, but it's a little bit closer to more of your premium, not your top of the line polyester, but in between. You can look at the density of it and see that it's a little more tight woven inside.
It's a lot. It's a smoother polyester as well.
Definitely smoother.
It's bonded resin. Is that correct? To keep it from bearding.
Yep.
Which is a lot of people have complaints about polyester when they use it, and the fact that it does beard. Occasionally, it'll stick to the fabric and pull apart sometimes.
And this one won't do that.
Yeah, and so it's a little more on the premium side, as opposed to the cost-effective ones.
Yeah.
But due to that, you're putting that resin on it to keep it from bearding, not pulling apart as easily.
Yeah, so they call it a very fine denier polyester is what they call the Poly Down.
Fancy.
Yeah, and we have that available in queen size packages, king size packages, and we have it in the roll, which is 108 wide, and
That's the roll.
oh yeah, we have
You
the roll
pointed
over
to
there.
this.
Well, no, you know, yeah, you can rotate over there.
Because this
Okay.
is not 108 wide.
Well, hold on.
Well, technically it is.
The other one, no.
It's
Whoa,
just
whoa.
not 30 yards.
The one in your left hand, Chanel. There
There
you
you
go.
go. So we have, right over here, we have a 108 poly, so you can kind of see what it looks like. And of course it's folded, that's how it's shipped. And this is our 96-inch battings, and that's how it's going to look, and that's how it ships. So that gives you an idea of what the rolls look like.
And they're not, now with the polys, when you get them and you open them up, it's all, they get
They
really,
get
really
big,
big, because they have
yeah.
to air out, and what's the correct terminology? Not air out, they have to,
Air out.
no, it's not air out. What's the
Breathe?
word? Breathe. Thank you, camera lady.
You're welcome.
They have to, they
You're
have
welcome,
to breathe,
lady.
and they'll expand a lot.
They will expand a lot. So if you're looking for, you don't have a whole lot of space, I wouldn't open up the polyester until you're ready to use it, and then expect for it to be double the size that it is in the package.
It puffs up a lot.
Because it does. And that's how it gets its loft. All right, so that So let's go over a little bit of the pricing on that one, the poly
Okay.
down.
Go ahead.
So we have the rolls, and so we have a roll. It's 108 wide, and like I was saying, it has 30 yards on it, and it's $95 retail plus shipping. And then we also have the packages. So we have the queen size package,
Which is 90 by 108.
90 by 108 for $9.25.
And then you have the king size, which is 120 by 120, and that's $14.
Yeah,
per
so
package.
really cost-effective batting for you guys. So if you ever wanted to just try it out, say you've used some of the polyester from, say, like Joann's or Walmart, and you want to try something a little bit nicer out, that's definitely a one to give it a try. But now we have our next one, which is Tuscany polyester, and this came out a few years ago when the Tuscany line came out, and it's a really nice soft polyester.
Yes.
So you want to get up close and kind of show them that one?
Yeah.
It's similar to the poly down density, just so it's going to be
Right.
a little more tighter and nicer.
So it's a tighter, is it woven? It's not really woven.
Well, it's kind of,
So
it is a woven type.
Okay,
It's
so
tightly
it's
woven.
tightly woven.
Mhm.
It's a more premium siliconized polyester.
Oh, you got the word right.
I know I did. It's fancy terminology. SAT vocab.
There you go.
That siliconized polyester. So what it's doing, it's a lot, much more premium polyester, and it's very, very soft.
It's very soft.
It's not very common that you see a polyester that's super soft,
Yeah.
as much as the Tuscany is. That's what they're using a more premium
Yeah.
silicon fiber.
Yeah, and so it is a quarter of an inch, just similar to the poly down. So
Right.
if you just want that polyester, you want a good, really kind of a soft, cushiony batting in there, but you don't want much loft between the poly down and the Tuscany poly. That's going to be what I would choose. And we have those also available in packages. So we have that in full size,
Right.
which for $9.75, and those.
That's 81 by 96.
Yeah. So and all the prices are online, so maybe we'll skip the prices. And the queen size is 96 by 108, and that's the only polyester we have that's 96 by 108 in packages.
Yeah, the Tuscany line, their sizes are a little different as opposed to the regular lines. So yeah, the Tuscany polyester is 96 inches wide by 108.
Yeah, so we have the queen size. We also have the king size, which is 120 by 120.
Right.
But we also carry the board in here. So if you don't use a lot of polyester, so you don't want a whole roll, and maybe you don't have like a whole place for a lot of storage,
Right.
we carry the board, which is 15 yards. So there's 15 yards on there. So 15 yards by 96.
Yeah,
basically.
96 inches wide, 15 yards. It's on the board, so it's a little more condensed. It's a little more space saving
Yeah.
as opposed to opening up a full roll.
That's right.
Now, granted, the Tuscany polyester doesn't breathe as much
Correct.
as the
The
other
other
poly,
ones.
so even a roll, it's going to stay smaller, kind of like you see it now. But both of it's a little more space saving to go with a board if you're not using a
Yeah.
lot of polyester.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of people just still joining us. Becky from Colorado, and then Terry from Southeast Texas. And then
Oh,
we have
Susan, I
Daryl
can't wait for the
Nina,
cruise too.
Cheryl.
I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, the cruise. I know, right? So what's
Yeah.
happening Saturday?
Saturday, I graduate from college.
Yay!
So graduate from college. Oh, thank you, studio audience. Thank you, studio audience.
Okay, right.
And so graduate from college, and then we leave Sunday for the cruise.
That's right.
So excited to set sail with Statler.
Set sail with Statler, and he's going to be on there teaching and having a good old time. So that should be fun. So, do we have a question? Okay, go ahead, Chantelli. Let's see.
It says, I have always used a cotton batting. Is there a big difference between them?
Well, yeah, there's a difference.
There's always a difference between cotton and poly. We get this question in threads as well as in batting. Cotton is a natural fiber. Poly is a synthetic fiber. So it's more of a personal preference.
Yeah.
I like polyester. Now, granted, most of the quilts that I do have 80-20 batting in there.
Yeah, so 80 cotton, 20 polyester.
Yeah, 80 cotton, 20% polyester. But with the Tuscany poly, I've opened up one of those, and I really like the way that it quilts out.
It's going to be a really lightweight batting. So if you want something that still has a little bit of puff, but gives you a really lightweight feeling, like covering you, kind of like if you think of your down comforters in a way, like the synthetic down. That's kind of what it is. It's a really lightweight.
Oh, puff. That's what you said. There you go.
Puff.
That's what locked in my head. Another thing is that the cotton, it's harder to get cotton battings and that are more lofty. So people like to go with polyesters due to the loft.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a cotton batting that's more than a quarter of an inch or half an inch in loft.
Yeah. So I have a question here that's asking which one is warmer, cotton or poly?
Cotton.
Yeah, I would think cotton's a little warmer too than poly. I think poly would probably breathe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that cotton is. Of course, everything's hot in Texas. So.
if you like cotton and you're looking for something a little bit warmer, I would look at cotton wool.
Yeah,
because it has that blend in there, and it's really good at holding in heat.
correct. But also be breathable.
As well,
at the
yeah,
same
it's also
time.
be breathable at the same time.
Yeah. All right. So, do we have any other questions on the polyester batting? Please feel free to ask. Keep
Just
asking us questions.
congratulations.
Yes, yeah. Congratulations.
Woohoo! Thanks, Linda.
And then Janice says yay, and then
Yay.
Lana says congratulations. Which lasts longer?
Well,
These are
polyester.
good questions.
These are great questions. Polyester is a synthetic fiber, so it's going to last longer than cotton, which is a natural fiber. Cotton's going to naturally deteriorate over time, as polyester will not.
Yep.
So poly's going to last a little bit longer.
Yep. All right. So let's see. All right. So we have any questions about any of the sizes, any of the prices that maybe you want us to talk about? You want us to show a sample again? Hey, just let us know. Now you want to make sure if you're using the poly down or the Tuscany poly that you're quilting up to 4 inches apart, so no more than 4 inches apart. I always say that wrong.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you don't want to quilt more than 4 inches apart.
Yeah,
And that's what
you
a
know
lot.
what I
That's what a
meant.
lot. Well, you said up to. You thinking that they want the stitches 4 inches apart? That's a lot of length there.
Yeah, you're right. No, no, yeah.
sorry,
So
what
that's
was
what
I
I mean.
I know.
So maximum distance between stitches. If I just used the terminology that was on here, I would get it right? But who?
I mean,
Yeah. So.
you said it.
So maximum stitches between 4 inches is kind of what you want to use, and you could use up to 6 inches on those over there. It's excellent for hand quilting, excellent for machine quilting. You want to pre-test on your dark fabrics. You probably want to go to a black batting or a black polyester to use on dark fabrics. But obviously it's going to be excellent on light fabrics because it's white. So,
Okay,
Okay,
so I have like
okay.
4 questions.
All right, go,
ahead.
shoot.
Okay, so how much for the 96 by 30 yard roll?
Okay, if
For
you're
the
talking about
poly-down?
well, polydown comes to 108, so I'm
Oh
guessing.
yeah, okay.
I'm guessing the Tuscany polyester is the 96 by 30, and that's $99 for the roll plus shipping.
And that's the retail cost.
Yes.
So,
Do you find using poly is okay for double batting?
well, yeah.
Yeah, like
Well, I
double
probably-
stacking the
Yeah, I
bag?
probably wouldn't put like 2 20 ounces on top of each other.
It'd be a little hard
Yeah.
to get underneath the hopping
The
foot.
hopping foot. But yeah,
Yes,
no,
you
you can
can.
double stack that without a problem. Yeah.
If you-
Especially the poly down and stuff because it
Yeah.
doesn't stick to the other batting. These stick a little bit more, the more cost effective polys, but the poly down, yeah, you would have a problem. It almost feels like the wool if you've ever tried their wool.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice
when
and
it comes to
soft.
that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, which do you recommend for hand quilting?
Well, they're all excellent for hand quilting. So I would probably go with either the Tuscany or the poly down
Yeah.
for hand quilting.
When it comes to the manufacturer, they're like Diana said, they're all excellent for hand quilting.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them rank low on their scale for that. I think they're all pretty good.
No, but for hand quilting, you probably don't want to go through a whole lot of thickness. So, and it's just the poly down or the Tuscany poly. So we sell them. Just try a package. These packages are really cost effective. So if you're not quite sure if you'll like it or not, don't jump to the roll yet. Just try a package.
Right.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Does Tuscany come on a roll?
Yeah. So the
Yes.
Tuscany polyester does come on a roll. It's going to be 96 inches wide by 30 yards, and that's going to be $99 retail plus shipping. And we already have it on the website. It's actually new to us. We just started carrying the Tuscany poly.
On Monday.
Oh yeah, on Monday. We had so many people ask for it, so we decided to go ahead and carry it.
Yeah.
And then one more.
Uh-huh.
Which is #1 recommended?
When it comes to the polys, we can each have our own answer, I think, or do we
Well,
both have
no.
the same answer?
I think if we're looking at
Number 1 recommended.
number 1 recommended is probably going to be the between the poly down and the Tuscany poly.
My number 1's Tuscany poly.
Yeah. So between those two, I think if you're looking for the top of the line premium polyester batting, either one of those you'll be happy with. So.
And this one I feel like is a really good question.
Uh-huh.
Deborah asked, do you recommend cotton thread for cotton batting and poly thread for poly batting, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I haven't ran into an
Yeah.
issue using either one. I'll use 100% cotton batting and use 100% polyester thread, and I have no issues whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's really a personal preference
Yep.
when it comes to that, but
Yeah.
there's
So
no
it's just
recommendations.
pick the color
for
that
it.
you want to use on that quilt top, and then just have fun with it. So. Smile. These are really good
Yeah,
questions,
good
you guys.
questions
So,
today.
any other questions you have? One thing I was going to mention is, if you notice, the packaging on the Tuscany poly is nice and folded, so when it comes out, it's going to be nice and flat for you. Compared to the poly down, is still rolled up like they used to. Well, all the little small heirloom comes in, so that one might take a little more time to breathe.
Either
out and get
breathe,
bitter.
or if you would if you need it like immediately.
Yeah.
You just take it out. You can put it in the dryer, air fluff, no heat at all.
Yeah,
no heat.
no heat.
No heat.
And that'll take
Just
out a
air
little
fluff.
bit of that.
It'll
So
take
there'll
out
be a
some of those
difference in the way it's
greases.
packaged.
Yeah.
So does the come on a roll? I think we just answered that one. Michelle. Okay.
Well, no, that's
No,
a brand new
Michelle
one.
Michelle just popped up.
She probably just got in.
Oh.
Yes, the Tuscany polyester, it does come on a roll. 96 inches wide by 30 yards, and retails for $99.
Yeah, and so if you have a wholesale account with us, just give us a call. Or if you already have your account set up online wholesale, the price will automatically populate for you wholesale. So, we good?
I think so.
All right, you guys. So because this is our season finale, we are going to be giving away 3 things live today. So we'll still have our 72-hour drawing, but we are going to give away 3 things live. So we are going to go ahead and give away a twin size Tuscany polyester and then 2 combs of thread.
We have a twin size?
No,
No,
full
Full
size.
size. I was about to say, I don't remember us getting twins.
Okay, full size. That tells you I didn't look at it first. Full size, and then 2 combs of thread. So that we're going to give away that now. So in just a few minutes. So be ready to answer a question. And then in 72 hours, like we always do for the people that aren't able to watch us live, you're going to answer that question, and we're going to give 2 items away. So another cone of thread, and then a package of queen size poly down. So lots of stuff to give
Lot
away
of
today.
stuff to give away today,
Yeah,
yes.
this is exciting. Alrighty. So any other questions? Any other questions?
Okay.
Good, go ahead.
Well, I want to. We're sitting over here whispering to each other. I want to make sure that we thank Hobbs. Now, granted, this wasn't donated, but we do want to thank them for.
Yeah,
Always.
they're always there for us, and if when we
Yes.
need them, and we love selling their batting, and we've
Yes.
sold their batting for a long time.
Long,
so
long time.
we definitely appreciate the quality that comes from Hobbs.
Yes.
So we